Elemental, Pixar's 27th feature film released, so of course every outlet was providing their list of every Pixar film ranked from best to worst. The problem is these are all opinion based. Some of them had Cars 3 at the bottom, some had Cars 2, some even had Brave at the bottom. And even though I'm not a fan of Brave, I disagree that it's the worst Pixar film. And while I couldn't agree with any of the lists, I had to find if there was a way to come up with a mathematical solution to decide the ranking of all of the 27 Pixar films. I've made podcast episodes examining if the Academy has ever gotten it right in terms of nominations and winner for Best Picture.
And the Oscar goes to Shakespeare in Love.
Using the same mathematical equation for that, we should be able to do the same for Pixar movies. Here's how it works. I've taken the IMDb rating, the Rotten Tomatoes score, Metacritic, and Letterboxd score for each Pixar film and plug them into my algorithm with what I call our quotient number. Now this value that we come up with is weighted, and with good reason. For instance, The Dark Knight has a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes with 345 reviews, and The Wrestler, a film that was released the same year, is at a 98% with 230 reviews. Because The Dark Knight has 115 reviews more than The Wrestler, it's harder for it to maintain its incredibly high rating. So that plays a factor and is balanced in our equation. So what happens when we combine the final algorithm? Mathematically, we are given a final ranking of the 27 Pixar films. Again, this is using the Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and Letterboxd scores. Now this seems to have the best balance with 2 sources being from critics and 2 from users. So mathematically, here are all 27 Pixar films ranked from 27th to number 1. Starting at the bottom with 27, Elemental, Cars 2, Cars 3, A Bug's Life, The Good Dinosaur, Lightyear, Monsters University, Cars, Brave, Onward, Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Turning Red, Luca, Monsters Inc., Finding Dory, Incredibles 2, The Incredibles, Toy Story 4, Finding Nemo, Toy Story 3, Ratatouille, Up, Soul, WALL-E, Coco, and Inside Out. Honestly, my only problem with this personally is Turning Red and Luca being above Toy Story 1 and 2. That's something that should not happen. It's blasphemy. But again, we're using an algorithm to determine this with the weighted scores as stated before. Now, I do believe that this is the best method for discovering a non-biased mathematical ranking of the 27 Pixar films, even though I disagree with it. Personally, my favorite Pixar film is Ratatouille. I think it's perfect. Regardless, this is the list. This is how the math works, and that's it.